Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the fruits that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh gosh, why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord, Lord, Lord. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. The soil is so rich and pure, but the youths cannot understand. Well, all the education you have, man, you still can ignore the soil. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why. Yes, man, everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. How you doing this morning? My name is Andrew Donald. Responsibility given to me once more, which I've embraced to ensure that you have a beautiful Thursday morning. Agricultural Thursday, 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Well, no, Pastor can't make it this morning. He's on the move. So is somebody going to bless us this morning? Who's going to be the one that's going to bless us this morning? I await. This is your station, 91.9, 91.5, www.DRealFMGrenada.com.
Agriculture. Number one.
So who's going to bless us this morning?
Number one.
With the presence of the great I Am, the Supreme One.
Agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in
The number to dial 4420175.
Agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit.
And I think we have someone. Good morning to you. Let us pray.
Good morning to Mr. Andrew and good morning to the nation. This morning, Lord, good morning to the farmers. This morning, Lord, I stretch my hands to thee, no thy help I know but you. And if thou should draw yourself from this soul, Lord, where thou shall I go? And this morning, we bring the country before you. Father, you know each and every crooked and corner. You know each and every dangerous road. Father, this morning, blessed Lord, what could I tell you what you don't know about the country and the people in the country? Father God, I bring the farmers before you this morning, blessed Lord. Father, look over each and every one of them. Father, there is times you up and there is times you don't. But with you, Jesus, I know they could make it. Father God, look over each and every one in a time like now. Father, some in the bush, some in the market, some up, some down. Father, look over each and every one of them. Provide for them. Those who go in the market, Lord, bless them if thou be so pleased. It might be small, but Father, help them to contend with whatsoever you give them this morning, Lord. Father God, remember each and every workers here and everywhere. I bring them before you this morning, Lord. Father, bless them if thou be so pleased. Father, you are the maker of each and every one. You ought know when the road rough and you ought know when the road smooth. Father God, remember the Prime Minister this morning. Remember him this hour, blessed Lord. Father, have mercy this hour, Lord. Mercy I ask and mercy is our total plea. Remember all the ministers. Remember the opposition. Remember all the ministers, my God and my King. Those that cannot help themselves. Father, remember you know the farmers working so hard, Lord. And Father, you know outside there is not easy. When they walk and they plan the thing when to go for it. Master, somebody else take it before them. I ask in your Master, please try to shatten Satan's chain towards them this hour, Lord. The school children I bring before you. The bosses is in your hand. Pass by the hospital. Pass by all different homes. Remember, Mr. Andre, I bring before you. Remember that son. Thanking you for everything for him. Remember him in a Macan special way, the home he left behind. Guide it and protect it, keep it safe. Remember his staff, this our Lord, each and every one of them. You know them better than I do. You know them by the name and by the number. Master Joy, you cut in and give them a peep down. Problem every bend inside. The offspring of Mr. Andre body and the offspring of the body. I bring each and every one before you. This our Lord, my God and my King. Remember your children, Lord. We are your sheep in the pasture. You know each and every one of us by our different voices. Father God, this morning, my village and my people, remember each and every one of us. You know our name, but only in your name, as you taught the disciple to say, our Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the days our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Amen and good morning. How you doing, Miss Martha Charles?
I'm okay for the time. What I will see. And you?
I'm okay. Without giving out any secrets, I was in your area last night, but I didn't see you. But then that's okay. I didn't see you.
No, I doesn't go out in the night.
You doesn't go out in the night. You're afraid?
I stopped that.
You're afraid of foot?
I doesn't go out in the night.
You're afraid of foot capside? Yeah, you're afraid of foot capside.
I'm going out in the day when I could see where to put the foot, not in the night.
I realize that. I say, hey, well, how does it, Miguel?
I doesn't go out in the night.
Oh, okay. But it's good. Nice to hear you, though. And thank you so very much for filling in for Lewis this morning. He's got a couple of things that he needs to do over the past couple of weeks. So it's going to be a little while before he returns because he leaves home very early in the morning. Before we start, he's would have left home.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
well,
guess...
How they say the cookie roll?
Yeah, that's all the cookie rolling.
Right.
That is all the cookie rolling.
One do the one have to fit in for the other.
Well, of course.
Yes.
That's how we do it, ain't it?
Of course, yes.
Alright. So, how's Daddy?
He there, the inside room, Daddy lie down and cover down still.
Man don't move in, girl.
No.
Man don't move in.
Daddy doesn't go in bush again, so
you're
too busy on a morning to get up again.
I agree with me.
Yes.
Take all the rest you could take.
Yes, Daddy rest time now.
Because when night comes, it's different action.
And bye, we will see. Bye, we go. When night comes, different action.
Yeah, well, when night comes, you have to lie down and sleep. That is a different action. Close eye, sleep.
So in the day, what you doing?
You just lying down there.
It does sleep.
Oh, I didn't know.
Eh,
I didn't know.
I find you too much for me. Really too much. What? When night comes is a different thing.
Next thing Daddy wink a little eye for you, don't know.
What is Daddy eyes? He too winky. You want Daddy to play the fish they say when they make broth with it?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I can close you and go winking. Daddy don't name that wink I think.
I hear you, my darling. Take care of yourself, yeah?
All right, all the best.
Okay, we're good, right. It's real. It's 91, 12 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning, Grenada.
Agriculture. Oh, yes. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh, yes. Everybody want to sit down in computer.
Are you ready? Attracting 14 teams, the Mount Ridge Football Tournament is set to begin. The competition will start on 7th April with an entrance fee of $250. Registration ends on March 31st, 2024. This competition will be on a first-come, first-served basis. What are you waiting for? Register today. To register, contact Bandy on 419-6429 or Bevin on 420-3777. Don't miss out. This will be a competition to remember.
3rd through Sunday, March 24th at this year's Reexamination for Love themed event. Get ready to hear true epic love stories, panel discussions, esteemed guest speakers, vow renewals, dancing, and much more. You will join Drs. Jason and Tanasha Gray in collaboration with Pastors Paul and Dorette Alexander, Reverend Joaquin and Lindarin Phillip, Pastors Jim and Ruthlyn Andrew, Michael and Hillary Alexander, Wayne and Cheryl Mitchell of Youth with a Mission Grenada, Alvin and Elizabeth Forsyth, along with Drs. Curtis and Bobby Minter. Get your tickets at the Grenadan Optical, located at Melville Street and Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse, for only $400 EC per couple. Your weekend will include all sessions, conference materials, and lunch for two. For more information, contact our local organizers at 459-8567 or 449-5872. We can also be emailed at info@sourceofwellness.org. Visit our website at sourceofwellness.org.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
50 years as an independent nation. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Bank on a bright future with Quad Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Aspire, build, and advance with 100% financing to buy land, purchase or build your home, or make those much-needed home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, low interest rates. And that's not all. 100% financing on brand new vehicles with 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you this year with special financing from Quad Bank. Apply today.
Welcome home.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one.
Chugging along the road, 16 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Drumsticks,
Yes, hello, good morning.
how you doing?
I'm good, I'm good.
Talk to me, my dear.
Good morning to the nation. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord and sing praises unto his name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of strings, upon the duplicity, upon the harp, with a solemn song. For thou, Lord, hast made me glad through thy works. I will triumph in thy works of my hands. O Lord, how great are the works, and they that thoughts are very deep. A British man known not, neither thou a fool understandest. When the wicked spring in as the grass, and when all the works of thy iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so very much. How are you doing, my dear?
Not too bad. I'm good. I'm hanging out.
Are you sure you're good?
Yes.
Because I listened to you last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, my friend really needs support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel for you. I cannot say that I understand how you feel because I don't know what you would have lost and how close. I will never know that. So I cannot say I feel how you feel. No, I cannot. But I understand your situation, and we all pray that the great Ancient of Days will bring you comfort in this your time. We all pray that will happen.
Yes.
All right? So, my darling, take care of yourself.
You too. Have a
All
wonderful
right?
day.
And remember, in all of this, 2 things you have to do. Remember to eat, because if you don't eat, you wouldn't have the strength.
True.
And also, it's kind of hot outside these days.
Water,
Remember to keep that water close.
Yeah, I will.
All right?
Yes. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too, my darling. Take care. Good. Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.
All the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the fruit that we had. When we could nutmeg and banana was at the
Good morning.
no deals, them no one do
It feels good. It feels bright. It's another wonderful Thursday, 16 minutes after.
sit down in
But one clock says 16. The other one says 19. Which one do I go by? Let's go with the 19.
culture.
What do you think?
Everybody
Yeah, we're going with the 19. Oh my God. These clocks in here, man. Well, the computers at least.
agriculture.
There's another one that says 19. And one saying 19. This one's saying 17 now. Oh boy. Tying me up.
And they forget agriculture.
Today, the 21st day of March,
Everybody want to
2024. All offices of the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union will be closed from 12 noon. The closure is necessary to facilitate a staff development training, and they sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. So if you got to do business at a credit union, ensure that you do it this morning between 8 and 12 o'clock, because at 12 noon, that's it. That's going to be it for today. Of course, tomorrow they return to regular hours, all right?
agriculture is number one.
So if you've got business to do at the credit union, go in and do it early, or leave it for tomorrow if you can't make the 12 o'clock time. Because at 12 o'clock today,
Well, are the education you have managed can ignore the style. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why.
one of these mornings, we gotta have
Sit down in
DC Ranks in here. And you better come prepared to sing songs, especially this one. DC, I haven't seen you, I haven't heard from you in quite a while, brother. That's not good. We need to link up.
and they forget
One of these weekends or whatever, we'll link up DC Ranks.
computer. You could live without gold, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer.
To all the farmers of the nation, top of the morning to you, and so glad to know that you're able to listen this morning. It's kind of going to be a very interesting morning. While yes, our focus and our main focus every Thursday morning is agriculture. I should be having an interview with a very special individual. We should be talking, if everything pans out the way it should, we should be talking some aspects of character games. So yeah, that's gonna come up closer to the 7:30 hour. And then on Saturday, what date is it on Saturday? Let me do so and double check and see. I ain't following this like that. Saturday would be the 23rd. On Saturday the 23rd is World Meteorological Day. All right. So in order to bring some light to that particular issue, I'm going to be having around about 8 o'clock this morning, should be speaking with Hubert White, who is a past manager at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. So he'll be speaking to us about that issue around about the 8 o'clock hour. And of course, we've got, I think BJ would be in. So it's going to be a fun-filled, information-filled morning just for YOU. And I can't tell you who it is. But I can tell you there's a member staff of Real FM whose birthday is today. There's a member staff of Real FM whose birthday is today. No, I don't think that I have the authority to tell you who it is. But that member staff is celebrating. Well, it's a different thing. The birthday is recognizing their birthday as today. Celebrating, I don't think. Good morning, Vietnam!
Yes.
Did I say Vietnam?
Agriculture.
I guess the guy said yeah.
Number one. Let's be number one. Oh yes. The number one.
One of these mornings, we must speak to Carl Caton and find out what he's doing re-agriculture.
Why you disown agriculture?
Nah, he in the zone, trust me.
I'm talking
He's still
to
into it. And Andrews and Gemma Ward, top of the morning to you guys. Let's reach out and say good morning to Jay.
Like they want to structure the plan.
Alban Harris and Deborah Laborde, how you doing? Inside of Teo, meaning inside of Toronto, there's one called Theresa Joseph. Hi girl, how you doing? It's hoping that you have a wonderful DAY. Let's see if we can reach down to the folks at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. Come on, hit the likes.
Everybody want to see them.
And share.
Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to see them in computer. You put me through with a clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship ventilators.
Hopping and skipping along in the morning time. This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. It's time for us to head on down to the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office at 25 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Let's say good morning to brother Jonathan Price, who's going to be telling us what the weather is going to be like over the next 24 hours. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday the 21st of March 2024, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair and slightly hazy with winds coming from the east at 13 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1013.9 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 27.1 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 79%. Yesterday's maximum was 30.9 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.8 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours, hence the total for the month remains at 17.3 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with a few brief morning and nighttime showers. Today's maximum will be 31 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. High tide will be at 1 p.m. and low tide at 8:30 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:18 and sunrise at 6:09. Just repeat the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with a few brief morning and nighttime showers. From the forecast desk at the Mars Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great week.
Thank you, Jonathan. Take care, yourself, my brother. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting to you from studios located Main Street, Sateas, inside a beautiful historical St. Patrick. It's indeed a joy. It's indeed a pleasure to have you with me for yet another morning. Hi, what's up? How you popping today?
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and new, spacious, convenient, and modern facilities on Seton Brown Street in Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the Credit Union of Grenville, your financial security is guaranteed.
Washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfectant Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra-soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
On behalf of the Grenada Athletic Association, we want to thank GRENDEC for the presentation of their check. This is not the first time that they are supporting our character games. I can remember clearly in 2016 they were part of the celebration. You know that GRENDEC has always supported us in all of our activities, in our development programs. They have been there with us, and we are very thankful for that, and we sincerely hope that we'll be able to keep them as one of our sponsors.
GRENDEC.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showcase of talent, speed, and determination at the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the best young athletes from across the Caribbean, competing for glory like never before. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the essence of Caribbean unity through sports, igniting a flame that illuminates the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on this incredible event, taking place at the Karani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday 30th March to Monday 1st April 2024. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical or visit gotofed.com and secure your spot to be part of this extraordinary celebration of athleticism.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business, tourism is your business, tourism is our business. Listen one and all, tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple.
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Grenlec. Energize.
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the fruit that we had. When we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level. Now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a clothes and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord, Lord, Lord. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. We soil is so rich and
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple.
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Aye.
Grenlec.
Year 2024, ITEL City Sports present the 4th annual Football Under the Lights at Rosehill Plain Field in St. Patrick. $20,000 up for grabs in cash and prizes. First place winner in the senior will receive $4,000 and under 17 $1,500. Second place $3,000 and under 17 $1,000. The dream team all the way from St. David's is ready to defend. Come witness one game nightly on weekdays and 2 games on weekends. It's 2 competitions, one for the seniors and the other for under 17. Registration fee $400 for seniors and under 17 is free. All teams will be able to register at least 20 players. All players must have their uniform and must be numbered. Contact 538-7509 or 406-9580. Football under the lights. Saturday, February 3rd until April 30th. Rosehill Plain Field, St. Patrick's. Be there.
Some exciting news for you. JetBlue is thrilled to announce its new non-stop flight every Saturday from Grenada's Maurice Bishop International Airport to the vibrant city of Boston. Now you can embark on your Boston adventure without any layovers. JetBlue is making it easier than ever to explore this incredible destination. Whether you're visiting family or friends, exploring for the first time, or simply experiencing Boston life, JetBlue has you covered with a convenient non-stop flight, complete with comfortable seating, complimentary snacks, and an array of entertainment options. You'll arrive in Boston feeling relaxed and ready to explore. So now's the time. Visit JetBlue.com to book your flight and bring Boston closer to Grenada. Let your adventure begin.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showcase of talent, speed, and determination at the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the best young athletes from across the Caribbean, competing for glory like never before. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the essence of Caribbean unity through sports, igniting a flame that illuminates the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on this incredible event taking place at the Karani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday 30th March to Monday 1st April 2024. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical or visit gotofed.com and secure your spot to be part of this extraordinary celebration of athleticism.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture?
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Our time has now moved on to 16 minutes, and that is before the top 8 o'clock. Remember, I told you that this morning is going to be a very, 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 very busy one. And we're going to start the morning off with athletics. As you know, there's always a connection. There's always a connection as it relates to athletics and agriculture. How? Well, if you can't eat, or if you don't eat, then you can't run, you can't jump. Do you understand? So it's simple as that. Nonetheless, you know, with all of that, let me just not kid you this morning, and let's get right into it. This morning, for the next 10 minutes or so, we'll be speaking to Mr. Kwame Hippolyte. And Mr. Kwame Hippolyte is the Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Athletics Association. You know, back in the day when I was growing up, it was known as the Grenada Amateur Athletics Association. But now the amateur, I guess with Karani James being professional, can't do no amateur thing anymore. Good morning, Mr. Hippolyte. How are you, sir?
Good morning, and I'm doing good. I was just smiling at the link, the important link that you create. You intimated between agriculture and athletics.
Well, of course. And you know what drew me to that? A couple of years ago, what really drew me to that was an interview that Junior Murray had. And he indicated to them that, hey, in order for me to keep stooping behind those stumps for an entire day, sometimes when we get in bat so much, and, you know, I just had to stay behind the stumps, and in order for me not to get the cramps, I would have to have bananas at different periods, at different breaks. And I was like, so I did a little research and realized that, hey, he needed, potassium? I ain't no genius, but he needed potassium so as to stop the cramps. So therein, that direct link with agriculture and sports.
Oh, yes. And it's something that athletes would oftentimes be advised that in terms of to perform well, you have to eat well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to get the nutrients that you are putting out on a daily basis when you in training as well as in competition. So that is why many teams in their preparation for major meets, they the nutrition leading up to competition is important, as well as even during the competition. So it's definitely that direct link. And I listened to one of the songs that was played earlier, and in terms of everybody wants to be.
Yeah, they want to do in front of the computer, tinging, yeah.
So it is definitely important that the importance that we have to place on agriculture, just not only feeding our nation, but ensuring that we are able to put out sportsmen and sportswomen that can certainly lift our country in that avenue.
All right, so everybody always talks about throwing people under the bus. I'm throwing you up in the air this morning, so definitely not under the bus. Because my question is, this is the second time Carifta has come to Grenada. Carifta Games has come to Grenada. As a matter of fact, I'm very passionate about the first one because my nephew won a silver medal in the decathlon. That was the first year it was introduced. Okay. And my nephew, Sherwin Merriman, remember that name?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right, he won a silver medal. So I'm very passionate about the Carifta Games. At least I have connections to it. Yes. But here's what are the Carifta Games?
Well, the Carifta Games is a regional championship that is held every year on the Easter weekend. That we have that participation from. There's about 28 territories. The games provide an avenue for junior athletes, youth and junior athletes in the region to perform. The Carifta Games is considered as one of the best, junior championships in the world. One of the best junior championships in the world. The region in itself, because of the Carifta Games, which acts as that nursery for athletes, budding international athletes, is that reason why it is considered one of the best championships at that level. So essentially, it is a games that is put on by the North America, Central America, and the Caribbean Athletic Federations, with concentration of its participating countries being that of the Caribbean, within the Caribbean region.
And then how does, is it on a rotation basis? Is it that you have to bid for it and have the facility or the infrastructure per se to accommodate it? How's that done?
So the hosting of the games is oftentimes on a rotation basis. To be selected for the hosting of a games, the country must bid and have the support and provide proof of the support from its territorial, from its local, from its national government. And so we, in 2023, Grenada, with the support of government, placed a bid for the hosting of the games. Mm-hmm. In order to convince our brother sister territories that you should host the games, you must show that you have the facilities, the infrastructure. You are able to accommodate the volume of athletes that will come, as well as the spectators who would also follow. And so we were able to successfully do that in the Bahamas. And so in competing with Trinidad and Tobago, who at the time was preparing to host an international meet, the Commonwealth Games, mm-hmm. Grenada was selected by the federations in order to host the games.
To host the games. Somebody just sent a message here that this is the third time the games come into Grenada. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's the third time. When is the first time?
That the games will be hosted in Grenada. The first was in 2000, mm-hmm. and 2016, and then now 2024.
Okay, so it was 2000, and then it was 2016, and now 2024. All right. What is the games really? We're going to dive into some direct things with the games, but what is from where you look, as where you see things as the public relations officer, what is the game, the hosting of the game, what does it do for our economy?
Well, it's going to do wonders. If we're going to start with the hotel stock, or hotel stock will benefit from the athletes being accommodated at their level. And we've been working with the various hotels to ensure that we have that level of accommodation, and we've been doing so since August of last year. So from since that time, or the local economy would benefit. So from that aspect of things. In addition to that, we the athletes who and the number of spectators who will come with the athletes will certainly infuse some foreign exchange into our economy on that Easter weekend.
Okay.
So, for example, when we placed tickets on sale for the games, we had an instant response from our friends in Bahamas, for example, who oftentimes travel to the character games with their parents, the character followers. They will oftentimes travel with their Junkano band in order to give that Caribbean feel to the character games. And so what you found happening is that they were able to, in less than 24 hours, block and purchase their seats for the games. So it's going to do a lot for our economy. Going to our buses and so forth will transport patrons to and from the games, and also the visitors. So it will do a lot. Our local vendors will benefit. One of the things that we are infusing in this year's games is that of a cultural village that will be positioned outside the National Stadium that will have on display our local produce, local products, or local craft, jewelry, etc., so that the patrons who will be here would be able to have a bit of the Isle of Spice to return with upon their departure. So, all in all, the games itself would do a lot for our economy during that period of time.
Is it the first time that we're having a cultural village at any one of the games, or that has been done in other islands before?
It has been done in other islands before. I think it started last year in Bahamas, and it's one of the things that we, when we visited the games and we observed, we saw it as very, very important that we have that aspect, because many of the visitors, they are coming in on the Friday, which oftentimes would be a public holiday. So you would not necessarily get the opportunity to get some of the craft and so forth and the local items. So we've decided to bring it to the stadium for them and have it available.
Wonderful. You spoke about tickets earlier on, and you spoke about the Bahamians blocking their set of tickets that they would have wanted. Now that they wanted, and they've done that. Now, tell us about ticket sales. Where are we at?
Well, we are at a point where we are encouraging our local, the Grenadian populace to go out and purchase their tickets before the games. We, at present, the main stand of the stadium, it's all sold out, right? It's all sold out. The secondary pavilion is close to being sold out, and the bleachers is still available, okay? As you say, the early bird catches gets the worm, the better worm. So, at present, the secondary pavilion, the daily rate is $30, and there's I think all the seasons pass. The last report I saw, the season pass for the secondary pavilion all sold out. So the few seats that we have in the secondary pavilion, it's on the daily rate at $30, and the bleachers, the daily rate is $20. However, there's a season pass for the bleachers that you can have for $50, and the season pass will give you entry to the games on the Saturday, Sunday, and the Monday.
Okay. How about security here? Tell us about that.
So security for the games is provided by the Royal Grenada Police Force, and that is they're being assisted, or I shouldn't be assisted, but they are being their service is being augmented by a number of private security firms for the games. So, and that sort of security is provided for the patrons at the stadium during the days of the games, but also security is also provided for the teams at the varying places of accommodation.
And speaking of the varying places of accommodation, the parent, like the host of the games, meaning Grenada, is it the responsibility of the Grenada Athletics Association to provide accommodation for every single island, or they do that on their own?
We provide accommodation for every all of the athletes and the coaches that will be a part of the delegation for each country.
And that is the responsibility of every territory that's hosting the games?
No, it's the responsibility of the local organizing committee for the game.
Okay. Now, what are some of the expectations from your organization, what are some of the expectations from the public?
Okay, so what we expect is that the Grenadian public will come out and support the athletes who qualified for Team Grenada. I think the federation, we would be releasing the team. I think there will be a press conference to release and alert the public as to the athletes from Grenada who qualified for the Carifta Games. In addition to that, we want them to come out and support in a very special way, in whatever way they have, and ensure that we have the drums, we have the conch shell and so forth. One of the things that we are certainly going to advise against, because it would not be allowed at the stadium, is that in recent times we've had this horn,
the air horns?
The air horn sort of thing that is oftentimes used at the stadium. These would not be permitted at the games, simply because that air horn is a bit close to the start system that will be used for the games, and it can create a level of distraction for the athletes at the start of the varying events. In addition to that, the tickets that will be purchased by patrons will give them entry for the morning session as well as the afternoon session. So you will be able to come to the stadium in the morning for the morning session, which begins at 10 a.m., and then that same ticket will give you entry into the afternoon session, which would oftentimes begin at 3. So what would happen is that the patrons would clear the stadium after the first session, and then the ticket that is purchased will give them entry into the afternoon.
What time does the morning session end? Or the first session, I should call it that, about 2 o'clock?
Right, the first session ends within the region of 12:30. The expected time is 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then we have to clear the stadium. They will do their security checks, and then the afternoon session, the stadium would be open would be available 1 hour before the start time for patrons to enter.
You said that there will be a press conference to announce a Grenadian team. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And when do you expect that to be held?
Well, we're waiting on the final directive from the board, and then we'll alert the general public of the same.
Any sneak peeks as to who, one or two persons who may have been selected?
Well, the athletes who certainly made the character standard at the national champs, they would be featured on the team. You have the likes of, for example, Chef Honor Hostin, who've been performing excellent thus far for the season, so she'll be featured on the team. And the athletes who performed well throughout the season can certainly look towards seeing them featured on the character team. Now, because we are hosting, we would be able to field a team a larger team than we often would have represent Grenada had it been in a different territory.
Okay.
So saying that is that the team is a pretty big team, and we just now finalizing the management structure that will go along with the same.
All right. There's a young man who scored some 70-odd points, and although it was at the primary school level for his parish, He scored some 70, 75, whatever points. Do you have any indication as to whether or not he is on the team? And if he's not on the team, the question begs to be asked here, are there going to be events, what I will call localized events, where persons who did not get a chance to get a glimpse of him will get a chance to get a glimpse of him at that level?
Okay, and you say the young man is at the primary level?
Yes, he is. At the primary level, he scored about 70, 75 points for his parish at the National Primary School Games.
Okay. So the character games and games of that nature oftentimes have a minimum age that is expected of participants. So I don't think, I don't want to say anything, but I don't think the young man may be featured based on possibly his age. The only other events outside of the character games that we will be having at the games is we'll be having some events. We'll be working with the Grenada Paralympic Committee to have some events for para-athletes at the character games during one of these sessions on the 3 days. So that's the only events outside of that. In terms of local events, all events will be focused on the regional athletes who the games is certainly for.
Okay. Kwame, when you look at it, you visit, this is not your first rodeo, and you've been to different games in different island territories. Yeah. What is going to make the Grenadian Games special?
Well, when we visited Bahamas, I spoke to a few of the volunteers who formed the Bahamas character contingent for traveling with the families and so forth. And one of the things that stood out from the last games for two of the volunteers that I spoke about was, one, the Grenadian hospitality that they experienced, and the whole electric atmosphere surrounding the games at the time. But for these games, in addition to that, I think one of the experiences that we are looking forward to is the use of a few added technology in the games. So because of the meet, we have to ensure that the meet is of a certain level. We had to invest in a few technology improvements in technology for the execution of the games. And in addition to that, I think one of the things that athletes like about Grenada is the whole atmosphere that is created around competing here, because of that, or this deep love that we have for athletics, and also with the laying of our new track would certainly ensure that athletes give maybe even better performances than they may have done in previous events.
Finally, for you this morning, Kwame, because I know you have a lot to do, and I'm not going to ask you for a ticket. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that. But finally, the big question is, when this is all said and done, when the games have been completed, what do you want Grenadians and, of course, our visitors to take away from this event?
Well, as it relates to Grenada and the Grenadians, I would wish for that we, at a local level, we are able to take back and provide more support to our athletes. Track and field, I consider is the best sport because it's the base of all sports. You run, you jump, and you throw. But it's because it's so individual, and the athletes put themselves through a lot of rigors throughout the year. It's very important that we provide more support. We attend more for athletic meets. We encourage more for athletes, and we give them that sort of encouragement to continue, because essentially at the end of it, so for on a local level, it is my hope that the legacy coming out of the character games, that we can see increased participation more people coming to our meets, more fans, more people, more fans, more people here also, more people willing to provide assistance at the technical level to be officials and so forth at games, right? So more people, more fans, more support. From a regional level, from a regional standpoint, I would like for our patrons to leave knowing that Grenada is a viable option as it relates to the hosting of events, the hosting of athletic meets at that level. And I think based on our execution that we would expect from our officials and so forth, that will certainly leave an indelible mark in the minds of these people.
I said it was the final question, but something just popped in. And here's what it is. You do this for athletics, to draw, to throw, to jump, to run.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to jump and shoot or to run and kick? What happened to those?
You see, that's why I say that athletics is the basis of all sports. And that's why I say it's the best sport.
Mm-hmm.
Because in football, you run, you jump, and you'd have to throw the ball at some point in time. In basketball, it's the same thing. You run, you jump, and to shoot is the same action in terms. There are some action in terms of throwing. So it's because of that, because athletics is the basis of all sports. That's why I would say it's considered the best. And you would see some level of athletics or athleticism in each sport to certain level and degree.
All right, Kwame Hippolyte, thank you so very much for chatting with me. Hope that maybe before the games we have another opportunity to speak to each other again about bringing more and more people. But then again, the stadium could only hold so many people. And it looks like that you might run out of space based on what you're saying.
Well, that is exactly what we envision. We'll certainly speak again before the games, and at that time we will possibly do some ticket giveaways for your loyal patrons.
But you don't have to give away the ticket. Just give it to me, Kwame. What's wrong with you? Give away? Just give them to me. I'll make use of them. Anyway, Kwame, it was nice talking to you, and look forward to speaking to you again, my brother. One love.
No problem. All the best.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. The Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Athletics Association, Kwame Hippolyte. And I think Kwame is also the principal of the Grenville Secondary School.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I believe. That's Anyway, no air horns. No air horns allowed. Know that. You can go with your conch shell. Yeah, you can go with the conch shell. And you know that long kind of thing, kind of trumpet thing? You can go with that too, but no air horns to go pop, pop. That is so irritating. I'm so happy they're saying no air horns. That pop, pop, pop. That is so irritating. It takes no skill to do that. With the conch shell, you go that's skill. Me, I can't do that. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. We take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got more for you right here on your favorite radio station. This is the real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Stay it up.
Immerse yourself in colors that color by Sissons. Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color. Color by Sissons. Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemille in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces
pieces to look like the first day they were made.
Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726.
Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business, tourism is your business, tourism is our business. Listen one and all, tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers.
A prediction by DC Ranks. DC Ranks is a friend of Bertrand John. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we've got some great conversation for you right here inside the beautiful studios of Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It's time to hit the road again with Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited for the annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Gather your friends, bring out the family, organize your group, come out in your numbers and pump it up to a healthier lifestyle while supporting a worthy cause. Join us in Carriacou on April 14th at 4 p.m. as we pump it up from the Harveyvale playing field to the Hillsborough playing field. Then we bring the action to the mainland on April 21st at 4 p.m. from Monrouge playing field to Kirani James Athletic Stadium. It's a fun family affair with lots of prizes and giveaways. Register today because this is the final fundraising push for the re-establishment of the Carlton Home. Individual packages are $20, while packages for groups of 3 or more are $15 each while stocks last. Register online at www.grenadacoopbank.com or at any one of our retail banking units. Visit our website for more details.
Pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up, pump it up.
Welcome home.
Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative.
On behalf of the Grenada Athletic Association, we want to thank Grenlec for the presentation of their check. This is not the first time that they are supporting our character games. I can remember clearly in 2016 they were part of the celebration. You know that Grenlec has always supported us in all of our activities, in our development programs. They have been there with us and we are very thankful for that, and we sincerely hope that we'll be able to keep them as one of our sponsors.
Grenlec.
Get ready to experience the electrifying energy of the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the finest young athletes from across the Caribbean, showcasing their talent, speed, and determination in a quest for glory. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the spirit of unity and celebration, igniting a flame that will shape the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on the action at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday, March 30th to Monday, 1st April 2024. Secure your spot now by purchasing your tickets at Grenadian Optical or visiting gotofed.com. Join us in celebrating the athleticism and excellence of the Caribbean.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, that's the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one.
Agriculture definitely is the number one. 21 minutes now, moving down after the 8 o'clock hour. And as indicated this morning, hey, it's a slightly busier morning than normal here in the studios. And Well, as usual, BJ's here. He never misses. He's my good soldier, my good 2IC right there. He's always here. Dalton is here sometimes, on and off these days. I don't know what's wrong with him, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. And joining us in studios this morning is none other than Mr. Hubert White. Now, understand who Hubert is. So many things, but I'm going to try to do so and name a few. He's the most recent past manager of the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. He worked there ever since the airport opened. As a matter of fact, he came from Pearls into Point Celine, what is now Morris Bishop Airport, International Airport. Now, that is phenomenal. And he is only just retired, maybe about a year or so ago. He's retired. So think about when the airport opened to now, and White has been there. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, I thought he was going to be a pillar, a physical pillar at the airport, because he's been there so very long. Had the pleasure of working, being employed by the same manager, put it that way. I was in security, and he was, of course, in meteorology. Now, outside of that, meaning outside of having that position, White is an entrepreneur right here on Main Street, St. He has a business right next to. As a matter of fact, if I jump out the window, I'll be jumping right onto the roof of his business, where he has a drive-in bar, where you can put it this way, in the words of the gentleman who we laid to rest on Tuesday, he has a wonderful oasis right there. If you put it that way, he has a wonderful oasis right there. So decide you decide what you want that to mean to you. He is someone who gives a lot of advice to people. I can also say that. But I think the most passionate thing about Hubert is agriculture. He loves agriculture, and that is not something that he's loved like today. His dad, whom he never called daddy, always called him uncle. I knew him too, and that's how I called him. I don't know how you can call him father or uncle, but you had another program to discuss that. But his dad, was into agriculture, and Hubert just adopted same ever since he was a young boy going to school, and has never lost track of that. But we're not here to talk about that this morning. What we're here to talk about is World Meteorological Day. Now, that's a big thing. Maybe not a big thing in Grenada, but it's a big thing throughout the world. Hence the reason why they would have named World Meteorological Day. And Hubert is here this morning to explain to us what that means, and why farmers, more than anything else, should pay attention to a day like that. Morning again, Hubert.
Morning to you, Andrew. And thank you for the opportunity, and all that was said. I'm very, very grateful. And morning to all your listeners, and if you permit me, a special morning to Clifford. I never met me, but I always enjoy his comment, although I do not always agree with him, but I'm sure he's listening.
Yeah, well, outside of just listening, there are those who can be viewing you now, if they are, on the YouTube channel. So we say good morning also to all the viewers. Now, White, World Meteorological Day. What is that?
Okay, what is the day to commemorate the day the World Meteorological Organization was established? Mm-hmm. It was established 23rd March 1950. Mm-hmm. And so that's about 74 years.
Yeah.
And just to give you the background, it consists, according to the 2023 report, 193 members. That includes 187 member states and 6 territories.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, really, by definition, this is what we call a scientific arm of the United Nations.
All right. And what does that mean to us in the Caribbean? Let's break it down to us in the Caribbean. What does that mean to us? What it should mean to us?
Being a scientific arm, just to quote from the website, it's an authoritative voice on the state of and the behavior of the Earth's atmosphere. And it interacts with land, sea, ocean, the weather, climate, and the resulting distribution of water. So they will produce data, they will analyze data, they access data all over the world, they make data freely available. As a matter of fact, recently, what they have done in Grenada, there is an automatic weather station just up the road around the cemetery that will be online on a particular platform called Gabon, so that anywhere in the world you should be able to get that data. So they send people here, they quality check it and make sure it's okay, and that station has been selected to be on that international platform.
Why would they have done that? Why a station in the north of Grenada would be so important to the whole world?
Okay, so I'm not sure why this one was selected, but they did come in Grenada and they looked at it and they selected this one. As a matter of fact, this gentleman that they sent actually came to my shop along with the current manager, Mr. Tamer, and they discussed it. That's the one they chose.
Was that done recently?
Recently, as I wonder if it was just around Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. But because that site has been there for a while.
Yes. As a matter of fact, recently they put a new station there. We had an old station many years there.
Yes.
But they put one. Matter of fact, there's a series of stations around the island. There is in Bathway area, there is in Riventine. It's a complete network. But this one, according to the Gabon, will be a real time. But the other data can be made available. As a matter of fact, the station which at the airport, the data is always sent out to the regional archiving center, and then it is made available to members of WMO for purpose of maybe doing analysis and doing study. Additionally, at the airport, we sent out an hourly report and also a 6-hourly report, which is called a sign-up. It is shared globally, and that is part of Grenada's obligation to WMO. WMO has assigned a station number, and each station number should be reporting. Grenada is 78958, so you can access it. As a matter of fact, anybody could go online. There's a particular site where you can pull up these hourly reports.
And get all the report. The question is that why is it so important for us, and I'm speaking here from a Grenadian perspective, why is it so very important for us to recognize World Meteorological Day? Why?
Well, we need to raise awareness, one, and also awareness for where we are, and in my humble opinion, also most specifically and importantly, for the missed opportunity and what we haven't done. Because I said, for example, 187 member states. Interestingly, Grenada is not a member.
We are not?
No, and that is some of the awareness I want to raise. And the background is, since it's an arm of the United Nations, you only have the opportunity to become a member when you become a nation. So here we are, 50 years in independence. We had the opportunity to become a member from 7 March 1974, and we are not a member up to this day.
What went wrong? I can point a finger at you and say, hey, what did you do? You stayed as manager at the mess office for a while. What went wrong?
Well, I keep knocking on the door. As a matter of fact, I think in 1992, the Grenada hosts what we call the Caribbean Met Organization meeting. And normally you have a representative from WMO at that meeting. So I think it was General Obasi was the Secretary General, and he did make personal visit to the then Prime Minister, Dr. Mitchell. And what the government said, and I agree with them, that they are reviewing the membership in organizations, and they will see if it is necessary or if it's viable to become a member. But since then, things have changed. I've knocked on the door again. I got all the information on how you can join, what is the cost of joining. And we were looking at it, but then came Mr. COVID and a lot of things, and them and all. But I could assure you that the present manager is working hard to get.
What does it
on
cost to be a member?
That's the most interesting thing.
Yeah, what does it cost?
Almost nothing. For Grenada, it would be about 12,000 US a year.
That's not almost nothing. I'm paying quite a lot of people.
Compared to certain organizations. But WMO, the cost is based on your economy. And in doing my research, I know Barbados pays about 15,000 US a year. But that cost compared to its benefits.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask you next. What are the benefits? What am I paying $12,000 for?
Okay, for example, you get training. You get a scholarship to go and do a degree, fully paid by WMO. I'll give you an example. Dominica is a member of WMO. And after they had a storm with Dominica, say, oh, they need some training. Immediately, they sent Dominica, the government of Dominica, $100,000 US to help training in a local organization. That's at Barbados. And Barbados, the training will be very cheap because you don't have to pay for tuition. The CARICOM government's own a school. So that could train quite a lot of people. Additionally, Dominica was given a studio where they can do all the television, weather television. So the local station just have to hook up to the studio and you get everything. I'm talking about all the software and everything you need.
Free of cost.
Yeah. Additionally, you do a lot of computer models. We have, for example, at the Met Office right now, basically what we do for climate data, we use Excel, which is not the best. WMO have specially designed model like CLICOM, CLIData, and we don't have access to it.
The two farmers sitting next to you, one is Dalton, into spice in a big wing. BJ is to your left. He's into, I dare say, maybe all aspects of agriculture. Not to shave, he's into animal rearing. What are you saying to them in relation to this, to WMO? What do you say directly to the farmer? How do you get the farmer to buy into this and to start making demands, gently though, on the administration or on the office of the Met Office or whatever, who they have to make the demands to hey, let's get into this thing? How do you cause them to do that?
Okay, well, it's a bit difficult to get this individual into that. For example, we'll have to look at the bigger picture as what it benefits Grenada. For example, let's say a model, forecast model. And forecast model as it will to drought forecast, although we do a bit of that. So our personnel could get better training in that area as to drought and precipitation forecast. And then they will be able to pass that to the farming community so that you can know how to plant and what to plant. For example, I look at the local forecast sometime when I was in office and I told, hey, I had a meeting in Rosalind Community Center and I said, see, this time is not a very good time for rain-fed farmers to do watermelon because watermelon requires a lot of water. So these are the kind of benefits that will trickle down to the farmers. But nationally as a state, it's very, very important. I could go and outline a lot of other benefits. For example, you have a model called a slush model. The slush model, slush means sea, lake, and overland surges from hurricane. It was developed by the Hurricane Center. So WM will decide, okay, they want all the islands to have that model. Now, the Hurricane Center would not give you that free. Because one of the mandates given to the Hurricane Center from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Authority is that they should raise at least 30% of the budget. So WMO will be selling that model. Sorry, Hurricane Center will be selling that model. WMO will be dishing it out to its members. So you get the point. We would not benefit. Or I shouldn't say we would not benefit. We may benefit. And Andrew, the point I really want to make, prior to independence, you can technically say Grenada was a member of WMO. Now, you notice I said 187 members and 6 territories. So Grenada benefits from a territory called BCT, the British Caribbean Territory. And Britain paid for that membership. So this is now Anguilla, Montserrat, Cayman Island, and BVI benefits from that. Grenada is out of that. So Grenada chose to be a big boy or a big girl and got independence, and yet they're not using all the avenues of independence. As one prime minister put it, you call it they are lingering on the colonial premises past closing time. Because that landed me in a lot of embarrassment too.
You?
Yes. Because sometimes the director of the BCT, if the BCT members cannot or choose not to use up all the training facility or training programs, they will slip Grenada in. So I went to the Hurricane Center and had my training under the disguise of the BCT. So time to distribute the stipend now. The man say, what's your name? He said, he what white Grenada. So, I don't see Grenada on that list. He said, hold on, I'll get back to you. So he went to the next guy from St. Kitts. I forgot his name now. He said, oh, BCT. So when he come back, he say, white, you under BCT, you're not under Grenada, you squeeze you in, they give you a blind. So I say, he what white BCT. Oh, look at it here, he what white. St. Kitts get the same blind. Yes, St. Kitts is independence, but not a member of WW. Interestingly, I subject to correction. Grenada is the first country in the OECS to become independence. Subject to correction.
No, that's good. That's good. That's
and
authentic.
Out of these members, the only members that became independent within the OECS and did not take out membership in WMO is Grenada and St. Vincent. So all the others are members. So Grenada is still piggybacking
on BCT.
And that cannot continue for long.
But most definitely, it can't continue for long. And I mean, I want to urge Vinci to do something. They'll get some information about, the weed.
I think St. Vincent is working on it too.
They're working on it. Dalton, question. I can see it popping out of your eyes.
Yeah, I'm excited. This morning, today we have our Isle of Spice Farmers Association meeting, and one of our spice in feature today is clove. And for some reason, this year, clove did extremely well. The clove is the overbear, if you want to put it in a layman term, and as a result of the weather pattern. So the link between weather and data collection plays a very important part. Last year we had an extended drought season, and that would have tricked the plant in believing that they would have died.
So they're going to produce more.
And as a result, they produce way more, So you see how it ties to weather and weather data collection. I know when I was a young guy, we had, we were engaged on our farm, and then you had those data collection, but recently a lot of those were engaged when disappeared. And I don't know, I was trying to get some information during a period of time, and I was unable to get that because of the disappearance of a lot of those who were engaged. So data collection is very important. Now I'm using traditional method in collecting those data, but I'm glad to hear Mr. White saying that they
See, what jumps out at me here is this. Education.
Yeah.
Because the education process, and BJ, you probably could chime in here, because the education process was not continued from back then into today's modern world. When a young man sees a rain gauge on a farm and he's passing through and nobody's there, you probably think, I need that properly, I gotta take it and do something else. BJ?
Andre, in relation to climate and farming, they are inseparable. In modern day farming, if you don't have information, if you don't have data, it's difficult to make decisions. And in a lot of cases, sometimes it's not that the data is not available. Sometimes it's just not disseminated.
Okay.
For example, we have what? Where did we put weather station? Put the weather station in Westerhall, one in Hope,
okay,
one in River Antoine. Where else again? We probably have one or two about the place. And I'm sure the Met Office must have a few around the place. I see one located at River Antoine, another one located at River Antoine. And we're not shutter those things around the place. But yet still, people doesn't understand that those things aren't just there just for as a gadget. It's there to collect data. And from those data, Andre, those are what you use to make scientific analysis. Those are what what was saying a while ago. Based on the information that you're gathering, based on the pattern that you may have in, you may be advised to do certain craft. Dalton was just alluding to that. Look at how clove is bearing this year because of the weather pattern. And in a lot of cases, those crops are influenced by the weather pattern. So weather is sort of inseparable from farming, because that's the environment is what you use to produce the crops. Andre, could I leave now because you have Dalton on this one here?
Well, of course.
Because you have enough company here and I have things to go and do this morning.
No, that's okay.
So
that's okay. But it's nice to have you as always.
Yeah, as always listening. Nice. I will listen to you, but because those are relevant information for people like me. So I prefer to listen to that rather than to contribute towards it.
Listen to this though. When I finish the program, I will be calling you because we have something to discuss.
No problem whatsoever.
Right, no problem. Take care of yourself.
Guys,
thanks, BJ.
Take care.
One love. White, back to you.
Yeah.
The gathering of all that information is important. The dissemination of the information that is gathered is also important. But do you believe that the persons who need to put these information to use, do you believe that is being done?
Okay, very good point. When I come into training, most of the countries have what we call a climatologist. So we have a limited training in terms of climate prediction, but we depend a lot on the school in Barbados, CIMH. And you could also log on to them, cimh.edu.bb, and they will get things like the outlook. They have a three-month drought outlook, they have a precipitation outlook. So can you go and look at the outlook and see what they have to prepare. But one of the problems we have, Andre, and Grenada needs to get that together. We have a lot of stations. But basically, to make serious climate prediction, each station needs to accumulate 30 years of data. 30 years is what we call a climate standard normal. So when there are countries that have several 30-year period. Unfortunately, most of our data was in NAWASA's hand, Ministry of Agriculture, and they haven't been doing a very good job. As I speak here now, you can get 30 years of data and more from the airport on rainfall and temperature, particularly. But Andrew, let's look at it. The airport data is not a very good representation of
the country.
Over the years, traditionally, data collection has been very good in Grenada, but not data archive, quality assurance, and analysis. Years ago, in the days of Mr. Charlie Francis, I think that's Bush's stepfather, he was in charge of land use. And a matter of fact, he used to have training. And after Charlie Francis left his system, nobody did the training. I'll tell you why the training is necessary. The Ministry of Agriculture, most of their rain gauges are read by citizens in the village, and they're not necessarily trained observers or trained meteorological assistants. So they should get local training. So at that training, I was attending. I mean, they asked me to attend, not as a trainer, but as a training. But I ended up as a trainer. And the volunteers had to show them a lot. For example, tell them, when you pour in the rain gauge, put your back to the wind. Because a strong wind could just blow out whatever you're trying to measure and you lose it. And they were surprised. And you as a volunteer, you may not be able to read it every day. But the Ministry of Agriculture supplies sheet surveys. You read every 3 days past, then you have to put in the kit that was for 3 days. So, for example, they used to traditionally had one at McNall College Garden.
The farm, yeah?
Yes, they used to also have one at where Finlay used to do the woodwork in Davie. I don't know one is active. But what is
There's one in Pointsfield also, I think. At one point.
But what is currently happening now, they are replacing them with automatic gauges. The other challenge is we cannot put these gauges in the best location. we have to put them in the most safe location. Because some of the stations worked in the area of 11,000 US dollars, and they are heavily vandalized. People steal the solar panels, steal the batteries. And this nice shining engagement made by Sutron. So as I said, maybe children, I understand that the people who doing the local rum, the babash, they use that still funnel as part of the siphon. So that is why many of the rain gauges are lost. And just, for example, if you look at, we have some again for river level. Just looking at the height of the rivers, all the rivers in Grenada are covered. And the Met Office could read it in real time. Sometimes, and they could read it out of Barbados. Sometimes Barbados have to call and say, Grenada, what you doing? That river in Gulf is very high. So we have, for example, for Gulf, we have one on the Florida Bridge, we have one on the Barrack Bridge, and then you know the area, that little bridge by Miss Millen, by Freddie, we have one there. Right. Let us read the when you travel on the West Coast, you notice by Samaritan Police Station, there's an apparatus there?
Yes,
that
there
read
is.
it.
Yes,
on Bonner River, there's one. There's one, and that one is well protected. True to Belmont Estate, on that Belmont River, we have one. So we put that one particularly to indicate when the Pointsville Bridge may overflow its bank.
Not again.
Not again. I wouldn't say not again.
Well, how do you like
the level, it would not be flooded by the volume of water that used to flood the previous one. Mm-hmm. But you don't know what sort of events you may have. And they're right around the island that could be read in real time. And the information is available. But in terms of the data, I had a situation, for example, in terms of quality control. We do a GIS map at the end of the month of all the data, and maybe you can check with the Met Office to get a copy of it.
Okay.
When we do the climate report. One of the challenge we had in the rural Mount Rich area, we had two rain gauges there. One was managed by NAWASA, one by Ministry of Agriculture, and 1 month the reading was very far apart. So
same location.
Right?
Same location.
Similar location, but
Similar.
for the difference in the value, it's unacceptable. But what I asked the technician to explore, these manual gauges come in two sizes, a 5-inch gauge and an 8-inch gauge. The 5-inch gauge is more popular. But what could happen, I suggest, is that the 5-inch gauge maybe is read with using an 8-inch cylinder. They have a measuring cylinder where you pour the water from the gauge into the cylinder and you read it. So you have to be careful that you use the right measuring cylinder for the right gauge. If you don't, that could be a problem. So as a technician to investigate that along with NAWASA. Now, Andre, I don't know if you ever heard about the NAP. I love NAP. I love to sleep.
Yeah, I love to sleep.
NAP is a document called the National Adaptation Plan. And it takes a lot of years to produce. For example, look at NAWASA with the big project they get under, I don't know if it's Environmental Fund. If you didn't have a NAP to present, you could not have gotten it. But under the NAP, it says that all data collection should be under the Met Office by 2022. That wasn't realized. So they're reviewing the map now, the NAP. I hope they will do that because I'm telling you, because I was part of it and I'm very proud of that, we still have the best technicians in Grenada in terms of reading the data. But all the rain gauges are not under our control.
Meaning the Met Office?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is something you need to do. We need to have more professional management of our climate. And as we said, we need the help, and that is where WMO could come in.
All right. This is a big question, I believe, for myself. So I'm going to ask it. Our only contact, I'm speaking in terms of the Grenadian people, our only contact with the Met Office is the weather report that's done on television and radio at different times throughout the day. And that's it.
Yeah.
Nobody bothers with the Met Office again. Do you believe that there's a need for us as Grenadians to be more involved, to be asking more questions, and the Met Office giving more information? And it's not just, well, you remember the Met Office when a system is on the outside, or when a system pops and it dumps a set of water and you're like, oh, the Met Office didn't say anything. Do you think that there needs to be better fusion of the two?
I agree with you, Henry. And one of the things we had before but we had a problem with it, and we're trying to rebuild it, is a website.
Okay.
And also try to do some weather apps that you can access on your phone. And I've been trying even personally to bring some awareness. For example, Doppler radar. Grenada has access and it's covered under Doppler radar. And as a matter of fact, we have one of the best networks in the world now in terms of Doppler radar. Through collaboration with the government of France and through the own Caribbean Met organization. On the European Union, they acquired, so they got some radar. So there's a Doppler radar in Barbados, there's one in Trinidad, there's one in Guyana, and one in Belize that's owned by Caribbean Meteorological Organization. Additionally, the government of France has one in Martinique, one in Guadeloupe, and one in French Saint Martin, and they also have one in French Guyana, which is Cayenne. So if you go to the Barbados website, for example, the guy that did a wonderful job where you do what you call a mosaic. You could put all of them together and you look at them. And with that, you hook up with Jamaica. Jamaica has two of the owner they bought. Cuba has two. You can get all of them. And this one thing really helps a lot, especially the one in Barbados, because Barbados is directly to the east, almost directly to the east of us. So what is in Barbados will be common. So most times I go online and I look at the Barbados radar and I see, hey, it's coming. I try to put it on Facebook and I say, guys, look out. And that is what we call nowcasting. You'll see something on a radar and you know it will be on you like 10 minutes. So you could take that quick action.
I've got somebody hanging on the line and I'm betting it's Clifford. Good morning.
Good morning,
I
gentlemen.
I knew it was you. Only you would hold for so long.
You will live until you're dead, man.
Tell me, bro.
First of all, to Mr. White. Mr. White, you say you don't know me, but I know you, and I know that you know me.
Well, I'm more popular than you.
Yes. we drank in Guav just next to the Bowser when that fella from Cruise used to run the place there.
Oh, Dano.
Dano.
Right. Yeah.
That's the first place we met.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met sometime in Sotes again. So I know you pretty well.
Okay, good.
Right? I used to be a Cocoa Extension officer.
Okay.
Just downstairs the road office, where we used to have the agricultural office there.
Yeah. That is the days of Mr. My good friend from died
John
from
Taylor.
Taylor, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And he cleaned Nyack.
Yes.
Right. I have a little bit of idea too of the rainfall, taking rainfall, because on the Douglaston estate, which I supervised for a lot of years, we had a grain gauge there too. And every morning I have to take the reading, record it. And that fella from Lafayette used to pass and collect it. The California, thin fella, man, what is his name again?
Darius?
Yes, I know.
Darius was the man responsible for passing and collecting it. Himself and the next fella from Paraclete. They used to pass and collect the rainfall to record it. So when you get the reading, is there, and then they had one up in the waterworks in Douglaston too. So they had two rainfall reading in Douglaston.
Okay.
One at the Buchan and one at the reservoir in Douglaston. So I have a little idea, a very faint idea of what you're saying. We take the reading from within, the water falls into a bottle. You take it and you measure it with this glass cylinder, glass scope, you call it, and then you record what you get in inches and parts of inches.
Okay.
I hope I'm right in what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, I could tell you that all this data, as far as my memory tells me, it's in the Ministry of Agriculture, but it was never digitized or computerized, so you can have it to do analysis.
So it should be still
and that's
there.
the problem. They're there. I know. A lot is on book record, and this is one of the things I believe. If we are very serious about climate and climate change, the government should have a project where they can digitize this data. The airport rainfall is digitized. And this is something that the Ministry of Agriculture now also has to do. That's the only
Charlie Francis that you spoke about.
Exactly.
He used to be the soil science man in Grenada for years. Tell you what the best area for planting, what and what not. And look at the season. Himself and Dennis Noel, they were the real soil people in Grenada.
Cliff, you gotta go.
But what I could update you on, there is an automatic gauge now in Mount Pleasant. I installed that one myself, and the airport reads it at real time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some data from that area.
You have some data from that area. We're down to about 4 minutes to go. What is your final message to the folks who are listening now? Outside of the fact that I know you're going to tell them, hey, Andre and I are going to return to this, and we're going to be talking more about weather patterns and methods. So now that you have more time to do that, but what's your final thought to them, to the people like Dalton who's listening?
Well, the final point, we should become more aware of what's happening in terms of weather and climate. And a lot of the information is available online. We're asking people who computer is the go. You could log on to Barbados, ciamh.edu.bb. You can look at a lot of data. Even that will bring you to all the other websites of the Met Office within the region. So then you can go to the one at Barbados and look at the radar, so you look at rainfall. Also awareness, for example, in terms of the equipment. Please do not tamper with the equipment. And if you see anyone tampering with them, then you can. For example, in Mali, you notice a guy tied a ship in that area to get him to move it. Because if a ship do a number in the rain gauge,
that's it.
You might think it's rainfall, and it was rainfall, and that doesn't smell good.
Yes, that doesn't smell good.
The other thing, Andre, today is very important. It's the National Tsunami Exercise for Grenada, and tomorrow is World Water Day.
Yeah, well, the newsroom will pick up on the World Water Day tomorrow. The tsunami preparation thing. How come?
I wasn't aware.
What happened?
I only heard this speaking about on the radio station this morning.
Wow.
I know it's in March, but I didn't realize because normally they do a lot of awareness. I don't know.
I thought
what they did, but I understand it's today and 23rd, so it's World Meteorology. So it's a whole 3 days of awareness in terms of the Met Office, and the service in the Met Office is not perfect, but I'm telling you, they are working on it. They're improving. My heart is still with them.
All right, thank you, White. Dalton, today, don't move yet. Today is Dalton's day because you got the meeting this evening. Finally, tell us about the meeting quickly in 30 seconds.
Yeah, this afternoon we will be discussing clove, and we're asking all clove farmers. I know you have bumper crop. If you have issue with your harvesting, which is a challenge for a lot of the farmers because traditionally clove was planted as windbreaks, so you have difficulty in harvesting those tall trees. The Isle of Spice Farmers Association is willing to assist in harvesting you, and we're starting to purchase your clove very soon. Our equipments are here, and by within the next 2 weeks, we should have a depot up and ready to accept.
What you doing with the clove?
We will be processing with all our spices, and the clove, seeing as the clove is in season now, we would start with the clove, because we want to collect as much clove purchase as much clove from the farmers, and even assist them in harvesting the clove because we know it's a challenge. So come out this afternoon to upper level where we discuss and move forward with our project.
And that's for farmers all over the island?
Yes, definitely.
Not just those in St. Andrew?
No.
Guys, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Take care.
All right, then.
Triple N News, Northern News Network. Triple N News. Informative, entertaining, and first.
This